What is up in here?
Come on.
Again, ref!
You need to buy me glasses, do you?
Keeper! George, the keeper!
Come inside!
First half, we were best all over the football pitch, with and without the ball. One of the best performances while I've been at this club that first half. The only disappointment was that we didn't come in 2 goals to the good. We weathered their storm at the start, and then we were a better team in that half. It came out more even the second half, but the goal then carved us open. It's just not got enough on it. Harry's made a decision to go back rather than come forward. Obviously, he's in the moment. He's got to make that decision from the side. We thought maybe could he have gone forward, but he's in that moment. It was a good finish, but then after that, yeah, they've had a bit more possession second half, and took the edge of our half, but we've nearly won it again at the end.
What is up to there?
Come on.
Again, ref!
You need to buy me glasses, do you?
Keeper! Georgie, keeper! Like a prime Ronaldo, the fat one. He was, wasn't it? Fat Ronaldo was my favourite ever forward.
Hello and welcome to the Horsefall Community Stadium for this FA Cup preliminary round match between Bradford Park Avenue and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm your commentator on the Stocksbridge Park Steels YouTube channel, Adam Allcroft, and we look forward to a big game here. It's a game where all the stats are against the Steels. Bradford Park Avenue have never lost a preliminary round match in the FA Cup for when they've been competing in them. The Steels have won once in the last 10 years. And Stocksbridge, in their current guise, have never beaten Bradford Park Avenue. It's a hell of a climb for the Steels today as they face a side that were relegated from the Northern Premier League Premier Division last year. So we'll read the teams out for you now, and once it's loaded up. The internet not doing particularly brilliant for us today, so we'll start with the Stocksbridge extra lineup while we get Bradford Park Avenues up. So it's Harry Garman in goal for the Steels, then Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Alex Phillipson, Danny Deakin, Alex O'Connor, Alex Hardwick, Jack Haslam and Tommy Marshall. So just get the
Johnson.
So we've just got the last name of the Bradford Park Avenue. We'll just give them to you shortly. There's Craig Ellison in goal, then there's Hassan Smith, Askew, Luke Hogg, Ben Whelan, Ollie Norman, Connor DeMayo, Sykes, Colville and Francis. We'll give you the full names shortly once we have a team, and we have got it up now, so we'll go for it. So it's Craig Ellison in goal for Bradford Park Avenue, then Kareem Hassan Smith, Josh Askew, Luke Hogg, the former Steel, Alex Francis, Ben Whelan, Ollie Norman, another former Steel, Connor DeMayo, Paddy Sykes, Harry Goldfield and Dan Francis. On the bench for Stocksbridge is Dan Nelson, Daniel Hernandez, Luca DeFalco, João Silva and Andy Ring. For Bradford Park Avenue on the bench is Keelan Swales, Connor Shanks, Theo Hudson, Harry Varley, Jody Tiffany, Brady Caldwell and Ewan Gregson. We're just getting the handshakes between our captains here as we prepare for this FA Cup game, a place in the first qualifying round up for grabs. Both teams dreaming of the sort of run that can fund a club for years and make all the players here very famous for a long time. Obviously, first round in the FA Cup could mean some big games against the likes of Birmingham City and Wrexham. Seeing as Wrexham are now the second most popular team in America. Stocksbridge Park Steels are going to be the team to get us underway here. Danny Deacon stands over the ball. So we just wait for for the referee to give his okay. Referee today being Ian Johnson, the man who reffed Stocksbridge going out of the FA Trophy last year in that 2-1 defeat to Worktop. And the game is underway with Danny Deacon kicking us off. So the Steels are in their yellow shirts, blue shorts, blue socks kicking from right to left, while Bradford Park Avenue are in the white shirt with the green pinstripes, white shorts and green socks kicking from left to right. Charlesworth has the early throw here. Throws it, launched it downfield, looking for Tommy Marshall, who has just gone a bit too much into the back of the defender, and it will be a free kick to the home side. Bradford Park Avenue coming with an extra day of rest, with the Steels now play on Wednesdays. It's one of those little things that comes with playing on the Wednesday for Stockbridge. Now they've made the switch from the Tuesday night to Wednesday. We'll be seeing that again, as we are aware at Sherwood Colliery, but playing at Rainworth. We'll explain it later on social media. By the way, if you are listening on the YouTube channel, please feel free to get involved on the comments. It really does help commentary, because it means it gets seen by more of our 500 plus subscribers. It gets popped up in their feed, so feel free. Even if you're a Bradford Park Avenue fan listening, we love having you here. They'll just be warned, it's very biased commentary, this. Bradford Park send it long, looking for Sykes, who heads it on, but is covered by Elliot Owen. He sends it forward, but it's been intercepted by Whelan, who's high up. Turning out, tackles, gets it to Hardwick, holds up the ball, tries to lay off Deakin, but tackled, and Tinker gets it. Now it's with Deakin, who's moved to the left, back to Tinker, who sends it forward to Haslam, who slips over. It comes off his back before going out for a throw-in. Has a moment to get used to the artificial surface that we have here at the Horsefall. Very weird seeing the Ostrich Service as such a like old famous ground. Not usually it's in those cages. It does feel a bit better when you're in an old historic ground like this. As the ball goes long from Francis, looking for Sykes, and it bounces off him, and now will go all the way back to Garman. Colville is pressing as Garman allows it to roll before sending it long, and O'Connor flicks it on, but will be covered by Whelan, though Hardwick has got onto it for the Steels, and Trek gets it to O'Connor right, sends it over the top for Marshall. Marshall's got the beating of his full back of Askew. Back to Charlesworth, who puts the cross in. Hardwick attacks and went late on the defender, and that will be a free kick. Defender's going to stay down, and I won't be shocked if Hardwick gets the talking to from the referee. So it's a minute gone in this game, remains 0-0. We will try and keep you up to date with other relevant score lines from the FA Cup today, and anything else that might be interesting. Earlier today we saw Northern Premier League East rivals Ashington and Bishop Auckland on the BBC. They drew 1-1 in that game, so they'll be replaying back to Bishop Auckland on Tuesday night. Back with Ellison now. Sends it long. Looking for Hassan Smith, but Tinker wins that ball. Can only head it out for a throw-in though. Hassan Smith will get another chance from this throw-in. Back into defence it will go, and then sent long. Bradford Park Avenue looking to going direct most of the time. As Hogg trying to win the ball, but O'Connor wins it off him, goes to Haslam on the left, and he looks like he's isolated the defender here on the left wing. Turns on his right, puts the cross in, it's over the top of everyone. O'Connor's got to the right, he's going to hit the volley, and it's well wide of goal. First shot it is, and it looks like Alec Cowling, our fan, is the one who's going to play ball boy and run across the athletics track that we have here at the ground, and it's taken a while for him to go fetch it. I'm pretty sure that Noah Lyles had finished the 100 metres by now at the Olympics a week or two ago. God, that feels like it was ages ago already. Come on, he's kicked it forward. I think that was for the benefit of all of us. Do appreciate our travelling fans. They have all put themselves behind the goal there. A few of them, I think there's quite a few that have made the trip up. Not played Bradford Park Avenue a while. It's for many of our newer fans. It's a time to kick off as Haslam wins it off Hassan Smith. Gets it through to Hardwick, who turns well, opens up his body. Hardwick takes a shot near post. It's in. Hardwick puts the Steels ahead in a few minutes. 3 minutes on the clock, and Hardwick has turned his man well. Ellison will think he should do better at the near post, but the Steels are ahead 1-0 to Stocksbridge. So Stocksbridge Park Steels 1-0 ahead. Alex Hardwick doing well, opened up his space, turned his body well. And the Steels nearly 1-0, though Craig Ellison will not be happy. He conceded that one his near post. He looked like he had got a hand to it for a second. So back in the centre circle. As Hardwick gets the second of the season. Charles would head it into the middle, and O'Connor gets forward to Marshall, but there is a handball from Marshall, so it's a free kick to Avenue. So it goes all the way now back to Ellison after that free kick. Ball switching it out to the left. Stocksbridge intercept, Turner gets it to O'Connor. O'Connor looking through for Haslam, goes beyond him. Hassan Smith will just allow that one to go out for the throw-in. So Hardwick got his first goal for Stocksbridge on Wednesday night. That bundled in effort, that one was a very impressive finish. As Stocksbridge have just got themselves a free kick when I thought it was actually Jack Tinker who committed the foul, and he's going to try to bit eye from the home fans and knock me out. Not deserved, but the Steels have a chance to put the ball in now, and I think Bradford Park Avenue will be very unhappy if they concede from this. Colville still saying how unhappy he is with that decision. And Stocksbridge are strong from set pieces as they clip the ball in, looking for Hardwick again. He heads it on, but Ellison claims it, and I think it was Jack Tinker who was late on him, but he's going to stay. No, it's not Jack Tinker actually, I'm not sure who's going down late, but it's a poor pass from Bradford Park Avenue, but it was a poor pass back, and then Turner dragging the shirt of Ollie Norman will get a telling off and a free kick, and it's going to be an early yellow card, it seems. Surprised we get seen a yellow card this early. A yellow card. I imagine that was because of the opportunity to counter-attack through Ollie Norman, someone we had for a few games a couple of seasons ago. Notably the assist against Sheffield FC. Being high point, just as it goes back into defence. And all the way back to Ellison. Sending the ball long here before it's headed back, and then a bit of juggling as Steels go forward, as Bradford Park Avenue go forward, and he goes forward to Garman, who can't catch it. He has to just slice it up into the air. It goes back deep and back all the way back to Askew, who will send this out of play for a Stocksbridge throw. So it's 6 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels at the moment. Alex Hardwick, that goal scorer after 3 minutes. And the alarming thing for Bradford Park Avenue is that both their games so far were 1-0. It's a 1-0 win and a 1-0 loss, and that is our current scoreline. As Marshall tries to get it down the right-hand side, but he's going to be dispossessed. I think it's cleared away by Whelan out to the left-hand side and forward, but intercepted by Turner, gets O'Connor, puts it in the middle for Turner, who loses down that 50-50 to his former teammate Hogg, and the ball goes forward, the offside flag up on Paddy Sykes, and Stockbridge get the ball back. So some goals to tell you about involving some local teams. Newton Aycliffe are ahead against Whitley Bay, Jake Pettigene the goal scorer, and Pontefract Collieries are ahead against Redcar Athletic. Connor Smythe has scored for them. As well is knocked forward, but then Stockbridge have committed a foul in the attack, and it will be a free kick going which they get away quickly, but they only clear it out for Phillipson, who heads out to Tinker, who then heads it forward. Hogg heads it out to Hassan Smith on the right, and he will send the pass down the right, lucky for Ollie Norman. Tinker will look to cover him, and it will go out for a throw-in. Back with Tinker. He will launch this field, looking for Hardwick, heads it on and goes to Marshall, controls it well, over to Haslam on the left, who knocks it over the top. Looking to beat base, takes a touch in the middle to Hardwick. Can he finish? Takes a shot. He's a miss, and that's a harder chance than the one he scored from. It was beautiful play from the Steels, and Hardwick was teed up in beautifully in the middle. He just couldn't get the shot on target. Remains 1-0 Steels. It should have been 2. And now it's back to the goal kick for Ellison, and that was some of the best football we've seen Stockbridge play in many years. And Hardwick will be very unhappy that he wasn't able to tuck away that one. Long ball forward from Ellison. It's to Hassan Smith, who heads it on. Back into the middle. Hogg collects. Hogg will look to dictate play as he did for the Steels last season, as he sends it long when Charlesworth will look to have it covered with Colville harassing him. Colville will, well, he'll run it out of play, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. Charlesworth launches it downfield, but headed right back into the middle, and Owen will head it away back into the middle again. It goes forward only for Phillips headways. We have this bit of head tennis where Hogg gets it down to the ground, and then decides who knocks it back, but knocks it back for Hardwick, and Stocksbridge can get on the counter. Hardwick continues to run forward, lays it now off for Marshall on the right wing. Got some options. He's going to put the cross in. It's blocked on that left-hand side, and clear away, blocked by Marshall back into centre defence area. It's cleared away, and then well run by Sykes. He's pushed Phillipson off the ball well there, but back into midfield and takes it out to Hassan Smith, who left it off now to go to Sykes, then back into defence, and he'll switch play, looks to get it over onto the left wing, look for Dan Francis, and it's headed beyond Charlesworth by Francis, and O'Connor gets enough of a touch to stop the attack, and it's cleared away. Askew controls it, Marshall knocks it off Askew, and it will be a Stocksbridge throw-in. 10 minutes gone, remains 1-0 to Stocksbridge. In a local fixture, Chesterfield are already 3-0 up on Crewe Alexandra. They're having a good introduction to League 2. We're in the middle to Turner. Charlesworth knocks it forward to Hardwick, who puts it back into the middle to O'Connor. Back to Turner. Carries on forward with it. He has options in the middle. Hardwick's moved into the middle, so's Haslam. It's on with Marshall on the right, puts the cross in, and that's going to go behind the goal. It went a great cross in the end, and it's a goal kick. So back with Ellison in goal. Ed Hall, the former Stocksbridge keeper, is also on the books here at Bradford Park Avenue. He's not in the squad today. Not sure if he's just on holiday or if it's just a choice of Ellison, as Hassan Smith is being pressed into a corner by Haslam, and in the end Hassan Smith knocks it off Haslam and out for a throw-in, and he'll keep it in that corner. Hassan Smith will have the throw-in. Launch it down, but Turner wins the header, goes to O'Connor, who will volley it forward. Hardwick will try and cause a problem here for Francis, and Francis is able to turn him and clear it downfield, but only out for a throw-in. Sheffield FC have been given a helping hand in their game away at Clifford Road. Domain Rouse has been sent off for the home side. Sheffield FC on away there today in Lancashire as Turner flicks forward, but Hassan Smith clears. He's going to go all the way to number 10 Colville, but he's going to be going down under pressure from Turner, and Turner's going to be careful because he is on a yellow card already, a very early yellow. Sheffield United are 2-0 up against QPR. Kiefer Moore scored their second, and Barnes here 1-0 from Lincoln City. Sam Cosgrove, the goal scorer. A lot of signs local to us, doing very well at the moment. It's back in the middle here as Bradford Park Avenue look to play it out, then flicked over to Hassan Smith on the right hand side. Back to Francis, who will look to switch it over to the left, but Charles reads it, heads it forward, but it's only going to go back to Bradford Park Avenue now. Forward to Colville. Colville's got a bit of space then, we've now got 3 men around him, and Turner wins the ball off him. Gets it through to Hardwick, who one touch switches it over to Marshall on the right wing, and Stocksbridge on the counter. Laid it forward for Turner to try and get into the bit, just a bit too far for him. Francis will cover, and he's just going to allow that to go out for the goal kick. So back with the goalkeeper now. Our reserves are in action at the moment. They're currently 0-0 with Sheffield City. That's over at Breckenmore. Maybe you're watching that and listening to this at the same time. That was a 2 o'clock kick-off, that game. As Ellison looks to send this long. Owen heads it away and Hogg intercepts. It's a good pass over to the right hand side by Hogg to Hassan Smith. Hassan gets a foot in, but Hassan Smith continues. Then by Untinker to Norman on the right, puts it back to Hassan Smith, takes the cross into the middle. They're cleared away by Charlesworth. Goes to Hogg on the edge of the box, tries to put the ball in, blocked by Deakin. And I think it's going to be a bounce ball because I think his claim's gone for the referee, and then Deakin went to close down and he's not allowed, and the referee is making himself the centre of attention at the moment. No one really knows what's happening, but it is going to be a bounce ball for Hogg. Out, switching into the middle now. Over to the left to Francis, and back into the middle again it goes with De Maio, who will puts it forward to Colville, out to the left to Francis again. Bradford Park Avenue's had their best passage of play in the game as Colville now forced all the way back again into Askew, and then out to the left to De Maio again. And then blocked, and it's going to go out. Will be a corner kick for Bradford Park Avenue, our first corner of the game here on the 15th minute. Stocksbridge will have to defend it. It's a short corner taken. Stocksbridge don't look quite ready for it, but the cross hasn't gone in just yet. Out to the left it goes, and Bradford Park Avenue is still trying to find their space into it, and the Bradford Park Avenue are getting a bit frustrated that it's not going into the box. And that ball is a very high loft one, the one that has gone in, headed into the 6-yarder, and Phillipson will head it away, and then out to Park Avenue again on this right wing. And then as Sykes tried to get past Hardwick, the two number 9s, he's fighting each other hard against tackling, it's out for a throw-in. Another Northern Premier League East time will be facing 10 men as Glenn Matthews has been sent off for Trafford against Emley. Hassan Smith gets the throw back as we're at a jeer of our security person turned ball boy. Out to the right, then back to Hassan Smith, but intercepted by Haslam. Going to go out for a corner, and it's going to be the second corner of the game. Park Avenue having a good passage of play at the moment, having a good spell. but will they make the most of it? And I think you can see that O'Connor and Charles are out there watching to make sure the short corner's not going to be a good option. But I've just noticed that the number 5, Alex Francis, is completely unmarked in the box. Ball going in, but it's going to go out to Hogg, who clips it out to the right and to De Mayo, then back to Hogg, then out to Norman again on the right wing. Cross going in, diving header from Owen, gets it away. Marshall looking to be the first one onto the ball. He's going to battle for it. He pushes off Askew and then Askew back up, but Marshall's got past him. Now Marshall goes down the right, but he's not managed to keep it in. It's out for a throw-in. Not sure about that corner routine. I say that Alex Francis was completely free in the box. He could have been on for a free header if they found him, but went for the short option, and Steele's able to defend as Bradford Park Avenue having a lot of the ball right now. In the middle we have Hogg, under pressure, turns out of the pressure well. In the middle, and then De Mayo loses it to Turner. Turner spins well to O'Connor, then out to Deakin, through to O'Connor, then first touch pass over to Tinker on the left. He gives it back to Deakin in the middle, over to Tinker, lays it off for O'Connor, who's going to run down this left-hand side, but that should be covered by Francis, who turns away with the ball and sends it downfield and to Norman really well, and he just can't get his foot well on the ball, and he knocks it out of play for a Stocksbridge throw-in. Tinker will have this throw-in. Can the Steels, they've resisted that bit of pressure from Bradford Park Avenue, can they go on and try and double the lead? They were so close it through Hardwick. Stockbridge have taken the lead in every game they've played this season, but have only had a 1-goal lead in any of those games. In the middle it goes to Bradford Park Avenue, who have the ball back. Over to Francis on the left and get out to Askew, who will come forward, but well in from Marshall, out for a throw-in. Home sides. Just waiting for the ball to come back because it's gone all to the opposite side of the stand ground here. And it is finally returned. With Alex Francis taking it rather than thrown into the middle to Turner, and Turner intercepts. He's going to get it through to Haslam. Can't turn out. Good tackle, but only back to Turner. Now over to Deakin. Deakin rushes down this left-hand side. Haslam's an option out wide, but Deakin's going to put the ball in, looking for Hardwick, but head away for it to get to him. Hardwick was offside anyway, and that free kick will be given now. Hardwick unhappy with that decision, and back with Ellison for this free kick. Ball not long. Tinker can only head that one out to play for a throw-in. The ice cream van's just arrived, it seems. I'll have a feast. So with Hassan Smith now on the right-hand side. He launched it downfield, headed on by Sight, but Phillipson will clear away. Hardwick will fight for it, but headed away from him. And on to Turner, over to O'Connor. O'Connor then really good pass to Charlesworth, and the space has opened up for him. Charlesworth will come forward. Forward he goes. Tries to slip the pass in, looking for Turner. It bounces awkwardly after the slide tackle, blocked it initially, and then the Bradford Park Avenue do eventually get it away. Phillipson tried to head on, but it's well one header by Sykes out to the left hand side, and here comes number 10 Colville coming forward. Putting the ball looking in the middle, but Owen reads it well, takes it to feet, and then will pass it out to Turner. Classy play from the former Pontefract defender. Now to Haslam, who will look to get round Hassan Smith. Round the left hand side, so I'm going to pack the fast forward. Hardwick is committed to it. Hardwick is going to win it over on the left wing. He needs some help though. The striker gets it. The pass is just behind Deakin, and Bradford Park Avenue have it back. And back it will go to Ellison. Deakin tried to press. I don't think it was a fully committed press. Hogg on the ball now. He will look to switch it over to the left hand side, but well headed away by Charlesworth. Back to Askew. And then back in the defence with Whelan. So we'll switch play, looking for Hassan Smith. It's a good switch. He takes it down well, just about keeps it in. Haslam makes sure he can't go any further forward as it's back with Alex Francis. Then across into midfield, and De Mayo will look to switch it to Askew, and it's actually Dan Francis who just about keeps it in. He's lured Charlesworth well out of position, but back into central defence it goes. with Ben Whelan now, and he will send this forward. He's a good forward. Tinker gets a foot in the one, Ollie Norman, and he wins it back, and now it's with Charlesworth on the right, and Marshall's making a run, but Charlesworth going to switch it, looking for the run of Haslam, and he's found it really well. Haslam trying to get it under control, he can't really do so. Hassan Smith goes in with a tackle, he doesn't get it under control, it's out for a throw in near the corner flag. So, Carlton Town were ahead against AFC Mansfield. That's a local Nottinghamshire derby, but Caleb Mitchell's equalised for Mansfield, Alex Hardwick's former club, where he scored 12 goals from last season, but 24 goals overall in the season, as he has reminded me. Tinker will have this throw-in. So we've had a few different throwing routines in pre-season to try if they can create something from these opportunities. Thrown to Haslam, who doesn't get it under control well, but he has got it now. Back to Tinker. Down to the touchline, puts it back to Haslam. Back to Tinker. Gets on his right, puts the cross in. Looking for Marshall, if only Marshall was a few inches higher. Out for a goal kick in the air. 22 minutes gone in this game, wins 1-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Stocksbridge leading against a team they have never beaten. Ball out to the left-hand side, and they've lost it. And O'Connor will come forward as he's got some space. Gets it through to Hardwick, lays it off to the right, neat. Marshall has it, puts it back in the middle. No one's there for it. Hassan Smith clears out to Charlesworth on the right-hand side. Steele's keeping the pressure on. Marshall's an option back deep. Then it's going to be laid off for Turner, who's fighting on that right wing. Tried to get it back to Charlesworth, but wasn't on target with that pass. Throw-in for Bradford Park Avenue. So back. Throwing forward, flicked on, but then back with Owen, who will send this forward. Headed away, but only onto Dan Francis on the left-hand side, forced backwards now by O'Connor. And back it will go to the centre-back, to Ben Whelan, who switches over to Hassan Smith. Chests it down well. Haslam following. He doubles back and into the middle to Hogg, and then back it goes now to Ben Whelan, and I think some of the Avenue fans are getting a little bit frustrated that they're going backwards as Marshall almost wins it off the pressing. Has to go back to Ellison. Ellison just trying to tease Hardwick after that press. Gets it out, and it goes to Hassan Smith, but intercepted by Tinker. Haslam will fight for it, heads it back into the middle to Turner, gets it down, back to O'Connor, but Stocksbridge being forced backwards at the moment, but O'Connor's just ran out of the pressure there really well. Haslam's begging for the pass, doesn't get it, and in the middle O'Connor goes to Turner. Turner gets it down to Tinker. Haslam still wants the pass, he gets the pass now. Haslam being forced backwards, though he's under pressure, gets it to O'Connor, over the top to Tinker. Tinker tries to cross it, he can't get that one right at all and ends up volleying it well out. Alec Cowlin playing ball boy again. Can one of the other Steels fans play ball boy and let Alec off? He's getting a proper work off out there. So back, waiting for the ball to get back, but it's taken a while, and I think Adams had to help that ball get over the hot advertising audience. Ball going long from Ellison, headed on to Phillips in there, but I thought he was going to get penalised with a high foot. That was a very clumsy one by Owen on Ollie Norman, and Owen might see himself in the book for that one. Ollie Norman, not at all, lad, so a high foot is a bit in a shorter place than it normally would be. Ian Richards looks very unhappy with that decision. Looked quite a bad one from Elliot Owen on that one occasion, but he's not going to see himself in the book, Elliot Owen, it appears for this. As Bradford Park Avenue have a freak in a very dangerous position on the left wing. So can the Steels defend this set piece. Just seen Hoggs coming over on that far post now, and he is unmarked, and that'll be something to keep an eye on. He's calling for it. Ball going in, headed away to the edge of the area, touching the edge of the area, hit it, blocked! It's touched on, blocked on the line! They're appealing for it! It's not crossed the line though, according to the officials. I don't care, this is when my bias comes out, I don't think it crossed the line either. So, that's a big choice. Garmin and Owen doing just enough to stop that topo crossing the line. It's got the Bradford Park Avenue fans very, very animated, which you absolutely expect, and I think though it just about came in. The referees here have no fancy watchers though telling them if it had crossed the line. Back in the defence now, and Stocksbridge will be better defending at set pieces than that. Just about surviving by mere, well, centimetres. Back to Garmin. He will left-footed send that forward. Goes all the way to Marshall. Chests it down out to the right-hand side, and the force back. And now he's trying to go forward under pressure. Can't keep it in, and it will be out for a throw-in. 27 minutes gone. 1-0 to the Steels by centimetres. Goes forward to Turner, who volleys it back. It's not a friendly back pass, that, as Garmin just sends that over to the left-hand side. Hassan Smith is going to be the first one onto it. Looking to try and switch momentum their way at the moment. Tinker goes a bit too physical to Norman, and it will be a free kick. The shoulder bar being penalised from Jack Tinker. Ball forward. Out to the right tier and into the 6-yarder to the edge area. It's skied! It's Dan Francis, it's teed up perfectly, it's on the penalty spot, and he sends it over the bar. Stocksbridge need to settle themselves down because Bradford Park Avenue have been incredibly close within the last 2 minutes, twice. Chesterfield are 4-0 up on Crewe Alexandra. Tom Naylor, the scorer there. Cleethorpes Town are 1-0 up on Corn. Curtis Bateson has scored. No, they're 2-0 up. Actually, Adam Hall has scored. Pontefract's up 2-0 up on Redcar. Oh, Jack Ball scored from the spot. And now Cleethorpes are 3-0 up on Corn. Josh Walker, the scorer. It is 1-0 here after how close there. Garmin has it back again as Doncaster Rovers take a 1-0 against Newport County. Bailey, the scorer. Garmin sending it long. Headed away by Whelan, out to Sykes, then forward, looking for Norman. He's been in a battle with Tinker so far. Loses the ball to Turner though this time. To Deakin, back to Tinker, who slices his ball forward. Haslam will look to keep this in, and it comes off the number 5, Francis, who almost loses it with it, and then does lose it to Deakin. Tries to put it back in the middle, well blocked by DeMail, but goes to O'Connor, back to Turner, who comes forward with it. Out to Deakin now on the left. He's got Haslam as an overlap option. Haslam will get it, but well in from Hassan Smith, and it will go out for a throw-in to Bradford Park Avenue. Must have cut off Haslam last. Haslam disagrees with that decision though, which you would expect him to, I suppose. Back with Hassan Smith. Launches that one downfield. Goes off to Deakin though, and Haslam gets touched back to Turner, gets it through to Harriet, tackled away from him to Askew. Askew was now looking for Dan Francis, who had that big chance moments earlier, but he loses the ball to Charles within his own half as appeals for a foul, and it's going to be a foul, but to Stocksbridge. So they get the free kick. And it looks like Tom Charles with Curtis Turner is going to be summoned over the referee for a talking to. Curtis Turner already on a booking. Ian Richards complaining about the referee's decision. I don't think anyone's particularly happy with this referee at the moment. Bradford Park Avenue fans will be insisting that did cross the line, and well, I wouldn't mind seeing it again. I didn't think it did, but I wouldn't mind seeing it again. As Deakin has a chance to put the ball in. How much Bradford Park Avenue would scorn those chances if this ended up in the back of the net. As Deakin high into the area. And try to get the header on, but it's headed away. It will be out for a corner kick for the Steels. Didn't get a goal from a corner against Cleethorpes on Wednesday night, but have done in the previous 2 games against Bishop Auckland and against Prestwich Hayes. That win that got the Steels into this round. Turner will take this corner. Right footed, lofted. It's a bit high and over the top. Haslam will head it back into the 6-yard area. I think it's Dan Francis just about heads to the edge of the area. Phillips with the overhead kick, but it's going to go well wide if it makes the byline. End up cleared away by an Avenue defender. Turner will have that throw in there, but he's going to leave that to go for Tinker. Tinker throws it in the middle to Hardwick, takes the touch, takes him out of the area. That back to Tinker. He's been covered at the moment. He turns well, puts the cross in low, headed away at the near post, and first onto it will be Avenue. They're going to be able to let this one away now. But then Tinker clips his man as he goes through, and it will be a free kick. Tinker might end up in the box soon for multiple fouls. Back to Ellison. Ellison taking the touch out to the number 5 here, and then back to Ellison. Alex Francis just on the ball, and almost has them, almost pressing right. It's lofted over to Francis, and then cleared away, and then Turner gets a bit of a shove in the face, and the referee didn't spot that one, and Norman will get it out to Hassan Smith on the right. Hassan Smith continues down the right. Turner covering, back up to his feet, back now to Norman on the right, who's tracked the ball for a second, but he's on it again. Back to Hassan Smith, being forced backwards now. Back now to Hassan Smith, then back into the middle to DeMaio. Then over to Ben Wheeler, who switches it over to Askew. Touch isn't the best. Marshall trying to get his footing because of it, and Marshall will win it off him. Back to Charles if it goes, and Charlesworth will take the touch and go forward past his man. Sliding tackle almost takes it away from him. O'Connor almost loses it to the man on. Deacon tries to pass it to the right. Charles keeps him, but that only keeps it to Avenue. But then it's a poor pass, gives it back to Stocksbridge. O'Connor tried to touch it on to Deacon. Hogg intercept. Out to Norman on the right. It's a good touch from him, and it opens up some space for him. Haslam back to defend. Into the middle, and back to Norman. Into the middle to Hogg. Now to DeMaio. Tries to pass it through in the middle. 1-2 pass in here before Owen intercepts and just clears that one away. Into defence, and then we're all the way back to Ellison. Hardwick will press. And not far off it as he goes to Alex Francis. Control it well, and then we'll slow it down and back to Ellison. I think Avenue want a bit quicker. The Avenue fans want it to be a bit quicker from them as Marshall almost intercepts that one. Askew rushes the pass back into Whelan. He will send this forward to Colville. Heavy touch, and Stockbridge win it back, but then they only give it back to Hogg. Deacon harassing him at the moment as it goes back to Whelan, and then back into defence it goes, and being harassed all the way. DeMaio as he gives it off to Alex Francis, and then back to Ellison. O'Connor will press, and O'Connor's not far off it. Marshall intercepts that pass, but it's deflected, and back with Avenue, and Avenue might be able to press forward now. Pass forward blocked, but then back it goes into midfield, flicks onto Norman in this central position, trying to lay off Haslam Smith. It's a good pass. Haslam back defending. Haslam gets the touch, and Owen will clear. Goes to Hardwick, who looks to hold it up now, but he's going to lose it to Hogg. Hogg will pass it back now to Wheeler. Taking the touch and then into midfield. It is a lot of Avenue possession at the moment. He's on the left wing now with Dan Francis. Back in the middle he goes, and then forward to Haslam Smith, who's very central. Looking for that to Norman. It's a great pass. Just offside, it weren't offside. Putting the cross in, blocked by Tinker. Corner kick, Park Avenue. 35 minutes gone, 1-0 to the Steelers, but Park Avenue have a great chance from this set piece. Emily have taken a 1-goal lead against Trafford, and Heaton Stannington in another Northern Premier League East, but in the FA Cup fixture, a 1-0 up on Garforth Town. Leighton Hopper has scored from the spot in that game. So on it is Harry Colville on the corner with Ollie Norman on the ball. O'Connor being told to get a few further yards back by the linesman. So Colville, it's a more traditional corner this time. Into the box it goes. Header goes back into the area. Down to the corner. Back it goes. Charles gets a touch. Can't get enough to clear it though. Go back to Norman. Not a great pass. Norman first forward back. Charles is pressing him. Back it goes to Hassan Smith. Now back to Colville on the right. Some nice passing. Goes to Norman. He's being forced back and into midfield. It goes to Whelan and back it goes to Askew. O'Connor pressing. Now over to the left-hand side. Hardwick trying to press, but one-touch passing keeps it away from him. Still Park Avenue on the ball. Pass going forward now to Sykes. He's forced further backwards on the left-hand side and trying to be pressed. And here comes the ball forward. Look for Francis, and offside flag is up on Dan Francis. And I think I might have to agree with the Park Avenue fans. I think the Steel's got a bit of a let-off on that one. Hello, grumpy old man going, not getting giddy yet, and Lee getting still slow. Not been looking at the comments like I normally do. Got a lot of listeners though today. So that's 235 people here today for this FA Cup match. Here comes Garman's ball forward, slips as he does so. Goes to Hardwick, who heads it on well, and it's cleared up that way though now. Hardwick trying to stop it going any further forward. Out to Norman, Tinker gets a foot in and gets out to the left hand side. Hassan looking to try and beat Hassan Smith for pace. Both are very quick, but Hassan Smith able to get out. There's appeals for a corner kick from the Steel's fans. Steel's players, but it is going to be the goal kick. 37 minutes gone, 1-0 to Stocksbridge. Out into defence it goes, and Hassan Smith will carry it forward, being one of the most impressive players for Bradford Park Avenue in this first half. It has been Park Avenue in this latter part of the first half. To Norman, roll it onto the right wing, trying to move in on the inside, trying to get round Owen. Does get round Owen on the right hand side. So good looking cross. Charles up with the head away. Going to DeMaio, has to stretch to go get it. Hit towards the edge of the area, play back into the middle, but intercepted by Turner, who will run away with that ball forward to Hardwick, trying to find Marshall. Not a great pass, intercepted. Back, the pressure will continue with Park Avenue, but the deflected pass will be intercepted by Deakin, and now it's back with Charles. Stocksbridge being the second best team in the last 15 minutes. Charles have tried to ping the ball forward, blocked, and we fought for in the middle. Deakin tried to head, Hogg wins that ball and gets it out to Norman on the right. Norman trying to carry forward and then out to Hogg in the middle. And then back into defence. And he's going to look to switch the play. They're asking Dan Francis a lot to go back there, and it was too much to ask him. It's out for a throw-in. Out for Charlesworth now for this throw. Can Stockton just keep hold of the ball for a bit? It's what they need. And as it's with Charlesworth, he will now launch that ball upfield. He is looking for Hardwick, but it's headed behind by a Park Avenue player. Will be another throw for the Steels in a more advanced position, not too far from the box. Charles with another throw. We'll see what options they've got here. Throw it out to O'Connor and back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth's going to put the cross in. Fighter it was Deakin, but head away before he can get to him. To the edge there he goes, and Turner wins that. Goes to Tinker, who takes shot, slice it, flicked by Hauser, and it's in the back of Dickey. Deakin who flicks it in. It's 2-0 to the Steels. Danny Deakin has scored his first Stocksbridge goal. It's from a slice shot from Jack Tinker, who's looking for his first Stocksbridge goal, but it finds its way to Deakin, who improvises the effort, and Stocksbridge are leading 2-0 here. It's against the run of play in the last 15 minutes, but you'll take it. So it's the Steels who lead 2-0 here through Danny Deakin scoring. A clever improvised finish after Tinker's first effort, but there is concern as during that a Park Avenue player is down injured. It's the first time this season Stocksbridge have taken a 2-goal lead. Grumpy old man going, get in. So we are having a break in play for the Stockbridge, which does look particularly good for Park Avenue. It will be another blow after going down 2-0. So right now we're just having a water break as that goal coming on the 40th minute. Danny Deakin, lovely little effort from him. to make it 2-0. It's nice to see us score from things that aren't crosses as well. Why Jack Tinker was in that position on the right-hand side, I don't know either. Treatment is continuing. Haven't been able to identify a player just yet. Actually, Connor DeMeo has just got up now and going to the sidelines. It looks like he should be able to continue to be good news for Park Avenue. He is one of their key players in that midfield and would be a huge blow if he was forced to go off. Belper are leading 2-0 against Lutterworth. Harry Draper has scored on his debut for the Nailers. And it looks like we will be able to continue shortly. DeMeo. Looks like he's taking a seat on the bench, which that is not good news for Park Avenue. We'll see if he continues to get treatment and might come on a bit later, or if it will be a substitute. We are closing in on half-time here. Ollie Norman standing over the ball as we get ready to kick this game back off. Ollie Norman over the ball right now. And here we are underway again as he gives the pass to Luke Hogg, and back it goes into defence. And Park Avenue will have to do something they haven't done yet this season, score 2 goals. Hassan Smith continue forward. Haslam covers. Into the middle it goes. Back to Hassan Smith. It goes now to Colville. And back all the way to Whelan. And then forward it goes, looking for the run of Hassan Smith. It's a good run. After Tinker. After he gets the ball in blocked by Tinker. And then Owen's going to try and come sweep it up. He clears away, but only to Norman in the edge of the area. This is still on for Park Avenue. Tricky footwork from the young winger. Back to Hassan Smith. Then back to Norman, who evades one challenge, forced backwards now to Hogg, tries to find Hassan Smith, blocked by Haslam. Now to Colville. Now into the middle again to Norman. Back it goes right now, not long. Owen will come in, head it to Turner, and Turner will clear it away to Whelan. Marshall will try and cover it, but it's going to be switched out. It's going to be too much for Askew, and it will be out for a throw-in. And it will be a substitution, a huge blow for Bradford Park Avenue as Connor DeMeo will be forced off with that injury. We'll be waiting for the number to go up to see who the man replacing him will be. I believe the man coming on there is Connor Shanks, with DeMeo heading off with that injury. So, 4 minutes gone, and we make have that first change. Well, that's middle got by Francis, and back to the ball is Park Avenue, but that clearance has been blocked, but then headed away by Park Avenue as it's been a head tennis between the two teams. Falls to Deakin, who puts back in the middle to Turner. Now out to Tinker, controls it. Tinker now looking for the pass forward to Hardwick, blocked and out for a throw-in. Haley saying, what a start to the season, Steels. Well, this match is not over yet. We do not count our chickens at Stocksbridge. We've seen us come back 2 years ago when Stocksbridge were in the preliminary round against Prestwich Hayes. We were 2-0 up before it being pegged back to 2-2, as there is now a Stocksbridge player now down injured. As Jack Haslam is down hurt and will get treatment. So Jack Haslam will head off for a fit for treatment, so the Steels will temporarily be down to 10 men. As Tinker has his throw-in. Oh, he looks like he will return very shortly. Tinker throwing down to the middle, and it can be knocked out for another Stocksbridge throw. We're in the 46 minutes. Haslam returns to the pitch. He'll be on the right wing for a short while. probably till the end of this first half now. Thrown to Hardwick, then back into the middle, but no one's there for it. Will be big clearance away from Whelan. Goes to Charlesworth, who heads it back in the middle, but then headed forward by Shanks. On now to Sykes, who gets out to right, and then to Hassan Smith, who is getting on the ball well in this first half. Trying to get past Tommy Marshall, who's defending, but blocked by Tinker. Then that's where he gets tackled, but goes out for a Stocksbridge throw. We've had 2 minutes worth of added time at this point, though we didn't see how much added time was going to be given. Tinker throws it downfield, headed away, and headed on by Colville, out to the right to Norman. Forced right to the back, and then it's a poor touch, and then he has to, Alex Francis, who just has to boot it out. And the young lad trying to play ball right on the athletics track here. That's a nice kick from the little lad. He'll be in the youth team next, as it's going out to Tinker for the front. So Tinker with this throw, and expect half time to be shortly, as Hardwick heads it into the middle, and it's going to be covered by Whelan, who just boots that one out. It's looking for Dan Francis. Charlesworth gets the header, and Charlesworth is going to carry forward. He's having his shirt pulled at the same time. Advantage given. Cross going in, look for Hardwick, but it's going to go out for the goal kick. So we're now in the 3rd minute of added time, and we did see, and the referee has stopped play. Something to do with Dan Francis, not sure what, and Tom Charlesworth. Danny Whittaker and Ian Richards both seem to be very frustrated with our referee today. As Ellison is taking his time on it. Sends it long. O'Connor fights for it, comes off the back and then knocks it forward, looking for Haslam, who's fighting for it and comes away with the ball, but then he loses the ball to Colville, who carries it away well before it goes to Sykes, but he loses it now, and Haslam's back on the ball. Back to Phillipson, a bit of a suicide pass, but Phillipson got it away, looking for Hardwick, head away from him to Deakin now. Back it goes to Haslam. Haslam puts pass forward to Hardwick, being forced backwards at the moment. Back now to Owen. Good pressing from the Park Avenue defence, out to Deacon on the left. It comes off his hip, and they lose it to Colville there. Back it will go, and it will be half-time. So Stocksbridge Park Steels lead 2-0 here. An early goal from Alex Hardwick, fired in from the near post to get Stocksbridge to the best possible start, then closing onto the end of the first half. Danny Deakin made the most of a scuffed Jack Tinker effort to tuck it in. Bradford Park Avenue will think one of their efforts, a toe poke crossed the line. The referee decided not, and that means right now at half time it is Bradford Park Avenue 0, Stocksbridge Park Steels 2. We'll see you in 15 minutes.
Get down! I feel like we've been a better team this game. Because I'm not. Skinner!
Today's skills here keep going on.
Like a prime Ronaldo, the fat one. He was funny. Fat Ronaldo is my favourite ever forward. Well in, Tommy! Well in, Tommy!
Response. Again, I thought our midfield three were exceptional today against the four in there. They were outstanding on and off the ball. I thought the subs had a real impact, especially Tommy Marshall. He flew in this morning at 6 o'clock, landed at 8, got straight onto the coach and come with us, and it just shows the attitude of the players. And we got 2 goals from crosses, and then at the end we could have stayed and stood for a point, but we sent all our defenders up for the corner. Brilliant delivery by Danny Deacon. His delivery from set pieces is second to none, and we've gone and attacked it between the posts, and we've got a ball.
As much as it might be hard to believe, this is where the road to Wembley begins. It is, and no matter who ends up in the final, whether it ends up being us, maybe, it's within the realms of genuine, well not genuine possibility, but like legit possibility. But whether it's us, whether it's Manchester United, Manchester City, you know, the more likely teams according to the bookies, this is where it all begins, and at hundreds of other stadiums across the country in this extra preliminary round. And here we go, Prestwich Hayes get the game underway and the Stocksbridge season begins. So Butterworth tackles though, back to the left and ball down here, Hardwick playing it onto the left wing to O'Connor. O'Connor has it in the corner, opens his body up, right foot across. Can Haslam rise to the far post? He gets a header onto it, loops off the line. It's Shea Stansfield with a goal-saving clearance. Cursing themselves, some of the silly fouls. They'll get punished eventually from them. Steels will need to take advantage. It's short to Charlesworth, then to Haslam, who's in a lot of space on the right wing. Loft one, look at the far post. Butterworth gets the header. It's a good save, Hud. The Steels were lining up for it at the far post. Hardwick, Owen and Butterworth there. It was Butterworth who got the header, scored a header in pre-season, but Hud was equal to that, got low at that far post and made the save. Steels, Shildon, Billy Grulich-Smith, the Shildon legend, has as that was a poor back pass from Prestwich, and it weren't going to go in, but Hud had to be alive to make sure that didn't go out for a corner. Stockbridge looked good from the set pieces so far. As Tinker takes it, throws it quickly to the edge of the box to Haslam, opens his body up, he's being closed down. Left footer takes a shot, not far over. Let's see with Hardwick. Here comes Deacon's free kick. Curling one, look at that far post. Flies over, not far off. Lots of Stockbridge players rushing in. Applause from the home fans. Big long throw down, headed on by Hardwick and then headed away by Bartram Conway. Goes out to Stansfield, who tries to clear away, blocked. It's still in defence, and it's not to by Deacon, then to Hardwick on the right. Hardwick plays it across, and it's almost put into his own goal. Well, O'Connor on the edge of the area, poor pass in the end, and that's going to stop that attack, and Prestwich will look to break, and they've got it to Sousa, the quick right winger who has looked positive so far, and Turner returns away from Turner. Now he continues down the right, plays it into the middle, and Phillipson intercepts and clears away, throwing to Prestwich in front of the brand new graphics advertising Ordin. Into the middle to Mooney Munoz. Back in the middle, nice one touch passing at the moment. Shot was going to go in Turner. I thought that was a great tackle. It's a free kick about 20 yards out. Here it comes, Fitzgerald's free kick, going to be on target. Great save, Garman diving to his right. Still, attack is still on. Cross towards the far side, and it almost loops in. Corner here on the right wing. Here comes high lofted corner. Look at the far post. It's clear off the line by Stocksbridge. Owen's the one who's cleared it. It goes out to Shea Sullivan, and now he's going to get it onto the left-hand side, but it's going to be poor. Shea Stansfield, I apologise. Well, Turner, the captain, after Ross Goodwin's departure for Hallam in the summer. Delivery right into the 6-yard area. Hardwick with a glancing header wide. He really is, and here we go. So the Steels are underway in this second half. They're in the yellow shirt, blue shorts. They wait for the throw. Tinker throws it into Deakin. Back to Tinker, lays off the 1-2 to Deakin. Puts the cross in low. Goes beyond to Hardwick, tries to get the touch. Maybe 1-2 when he touches, forced backwards. Laid back to O'Connor's beyond him, who has to touch it back to turn it. It's beyond him. Just fine-tuning that passing is what's needed at the moment, as it's laid over to Butterworth on the right. He's got beyond his man, puts the cross in, and it's a weird deflection, and then licked over the top and on the top of the net by Haslam. Ball being lofted on, it's a good ball. Owen gets a touch of it, just about knocked away by the keeper. Hardwick is going to try and stop the clearance. He gets a foot in, Hardwick. It's great work from Alex Hardwick. He gets a trip and he earns a free kick. Or Hardwick. Here it comes lofted ball, look at that far post. Keeper's mispunched it, and he's in the back of the net! I believe we're going to give that one to Alex Phillipson. He got the final touch. Alex Phillipson scores his first Steels goal. He gets the final touch after a poor punch from the goalkeeper. The Steels lead 1-0 in the extra preliminary round of the FA Cup, and it's one that Lewis Hood will not want to watch back. And now the red is coming out of his pocket, but who's it going to be for? Yep, Fenton Reeves has been given his marching orders, and so has Sonny Roma Reeves. Within an instant, Prestwich are down to 9 men. But the Steels do have a corner to defend. Here comes the corner. It's a good-looking corner, headed away by Owen. Going to go back to Sousa on the right wing. He misjudges the bounce, has to give it back now to Bertram Cowley. Away and Owen cleared to Deacon, lays it off for Butterworth. Butterworth is going to send it long over to Haslam. Haslam going to fight for it, and he heads it beyond Mooney Munoz. Haslam in the box. Can he find Hardwick in the middle? Haslam trying to find Hardwick. Ricochets. Hardwick almost gets it in. He's still in the 6-yard area. Back to Haslam. Takes a shot. It's off the line. Over to O'Connor on the left wing. Back to Deakin. to Turner. He's thinking of the shot. He's going to go to the left instead. Turner over to O'Connor.
What is up here? Come on. Again, ref! You need to buy me glasses, do you?
Hello, welcome back to the Horsefall Community Stadium for the second half of this match between Bradford Park Avenue and Stocksbridge Park Steels. I'm Adam Allcroft, your commentator here on the Stocksbridge Park Steels YouTube channel, and the Steels are leading 2-0, well, thanks to goals from Alex Hardwick and Danny Deakin in the first half. Everyone looks ready as the Bradford Park Avenue stand on the halfway line, and here we go. So we'll read the teams out for you because there was one change in the first half. So for Bradford Park Avenue, it's Craig Ellison in goal, then Kareem Hassan-Smith, Josh Askew, Luke Hogg, Alex Francis, Ben Whelan, Ollie Norman, Connor Shanks, who came on for an injured Connor DeMaio in the first half, Paddy Sykes, Harry Colville and Dan Francis. Their remaining bench is Keelan Swales, Theo Hudson, Harry Varley, Jody Tiffany, Brady Caldwell, Ewan Gregson. For the Steels, there's no changes from the first half, so it's Harry Garman in goal, then it's Tom Charlesworth, Jack Tinker, Curtis Turner, Elliot Owen, Alex Phillipson, Danny Deakin in the goal scorer, Alex O'Connor, Alexander Hardwick, the other goal scorer, Jack Haslam and Tommy Marshall. Now on the bench is Dan Nelson, Dan Hernandez, Luca DeFalco, João Silva and Andy Ring. So on the ball right now is Bradford Park Avenue. It's in their defence as they try to play back from the back. Alex Francis pass has been intercepted by Tinker, who then will volley it over to the right wing from Marshall to try and chase down, but Askew looks like he has that one covered, does, clears it away. Headed on by Dan Francis, knocked down by Shanks, back to Dan Francis. O'Connor covering, forcing him back. Back it goes to Ben Whelan, who takes a few touches forwards, evades the press of Hardwick. Pass forward is going to be first one on Charlesworth, knocks it off Shanks, and it will be a throw-in. So this is a return for Ian Richards to the Horsefall Community Stadium. He's a former player of Bradford Park Avenue. Hit a few headlines after one of the summers, because in the summer he went to play New Zealand, came back, and because he came back a few days after the deadline, wasn't actually able to officially transfer until November. Well, thank you to the Telegraph and Argus for having headlines back from 2002. Had a good time virtually playing alongside future Ossett manager Wing Ben while here at Park Avenue. The Steelers have a throw in a really positive position here. Huddersfield are 2-0 up against Stevenage. Charles throws it to O'Connor. Back to Charles. Now O'Connor gets intercepted, but it only goes back to Turner. His pass has been intercepted by Colville, and here comes the counter attack. Shanks is coming across the halfway line, finds Norman on the right wing. Norman will come forward. He's got an option of Hassan Smith on the right, lays it off for Hassan Smith. Not the quickest pass, but he's going to look to get beyond Tinker. Tinker gets a foot in, and Tinker comes away with the ball. He will send that away, looking for Hardwick to hold it up. He tried to hold it up, but he's been held, and it's back with Park Avenue, and with Askew. Carrying forward, looking for Dan Francis, finds him. Charles is forcing him back into the middle. It goes to Colville. Now to Dan Francis, who puts it back into defence to Ben Whelan. Over to Alex Francis. Now 40 goes to Norman, who is looking to see for an overlap Hassan Smith, but Hassan Smith wasn't thinking about it, and it's going to be allowed to roll out for a throw-in. Quite deep it's gone as well. 47 minutes gone, 2-0 to Stocksbridge Park Steels. Tinker with this throw-in. Throwing out into the middle, and Bradford Park Avenue have got the ball back. But it goes. Owen trying to dispossess, but back it will go into Francis, into the middle to Colville. Turns well, being forced backwards though by Hardwick, pressing the Steels, have all the men behind the ball at the moment. Now out to the left to Shanks, a good first time pass, but too much for Dan Francis, it's cleared away. Back it goes to number 6, evades Marshall, Ben Whelan, clever play to Askew, tackle goes in from Hardwick, will be a Park Avenue throw. All Park Avenue since coming back from the break. It is back with Askew now. Throw out to the middle, and Ben Whelan doesn't have good control. He's going to be forced further back. Allows Steels just to press up a bit further. Find Hassan Smith on the right. Oh, he seems to have acres of space. Into middle to Hogg, controls well. Back it goes to Alex Francis, and then back it will go now to Ellison. Taking his touches, Hardwick coming over, but he'll clear it away. Touched away from Owen. It's a good touch on to Shanks, who's been positive since coming on for De Mayo. Out to left, but intercepted that one to Phillipson, who will just send that one, and it will bounce out of play. What's nice is that while it's an artificial pitch, I've not actually talked about awkward bounces really that much. That's a very good quality one. As the ball switched out to Hassan Smith over on the right wing, following that throw-in. Going to be passed back now to Alex Francis. And then back to Ellison. Taking his touches, Hardwick presses. Hardwick gets a block on it as it ricochets to Turner, who will head it forward, but that just goes back to Hogg, who volleys it forward himself. Norman's going to look to press it, but it's going to go out for the throw-in. I think Stocksbridge's main aim will be over the next 10-20 minutes. Just keep it settled, keep it, try and not give Bradford Park Avenue any hope. North Ferriby have taken the lead away at Newcastle Blue Star. Josh Whiteley has scored from the spot. Running out head away by Hassan Smith, but only goes to O'Connor, touches it back to Turner. Turner left-footed, send it forward to Haslam. It's a good pass. Haslam looking to now get beyond man, but Whelan, good tackle in, throw in for Stocksbridge in a good position. So an attacking thing as Tinker comes up to take this throw. Got plenty of people in the box, Stocksbridge. Not anyone who's out of it to actually get the throw in those. And Tinker, well, I've not seen him take a long throw in very much. Tinker has got his options now. Throws it short, and then it's going to almost bounce out of play. Stayed in, headed to the edge of the area. O'Connor heads it back in, but then headed right back out. Charles goes to the header, but Shanks gets it away, and then good head away by Francis, going all the way to the number 9, and then sent long, and Shanks might have beaten Marshall. Marshall's judged the bounce better though, and he's able to clear it out. Although that's Askew who will return it. Phillipson returns the header. O'Connor heads it up into the air, but that allows Francis back. Gets Shanks on the ground, and well tackled by Marshall. Will go back to Garman, who allows Paddy Sykes to come up to him and then picks it up. 51 minutes gone in this game, 2-0 to Stocksbridge. Garman takes his time for right-footed, spinning ball into the air and then headed away by Hogg. Phillipson then returns it. Hogg on the ball again now and gets it to Hassan Smith on the right-hand side and gives it back now to Francis and then back to Whelan, the furthest back defender. Switches out towards the left looking for the other Francis, and Francis has done well, heads it forward to Shanks, controls well but foot in from Phillipson. Now Charleslove gets it, he's trying to make sure it doesn't go out for a corner. He ends up just putting it over Francis. It will be a throw into Bradford Park Avenue. I think he wanted ideally Francis to block it and get the goal kick. It's taken quickly out to Askew, then back it will go to Ben Whelan, who takes it forward, pass forward to Shanks on this left hand side into the middle to Colville. Now forward with Norman, lays it back to the right hand side, great by Hassan Smith, takes the touch, Hassan Smith puts crossing blocked and then sliced away by Owen, and now it's Haslam who's going to carry it forward and he's going to lose the ball back, and Bradford Park Avenue definitely the better side in the second half so far. They're on the ball again. Just in, and it's back with Whelan, who will look for Hassan Smith on that right hand side, appeals for offside and those appeals will win. Free kick for Stocksbridge. QPR have got one back against Sheffield United. Dunn the goal scorer. So Tinker, I think, is going to be left for that free kick on the left hand side, and Stocksbridge I think are happy to take the time. It seems one of the things that you look at when your own team does it. You hate it when the other team, probably a bit early to do it though. As the referee is now telling Stocksbridge to get on with it, which you can't really blame them for. He really is taking his time and using it, talking to him, and he's been told, yeah, get it going. Now Harry Arman will send it long, but he's just going to end up sending it out to play. So that was a long wait for a lot of nothing. So will be a throw-in taken short from Hassan Smith to Francis and back to Hassan Smith and back to Ellison. Takes a touch and Hobbick went for the block, and in the end it's done well because it's forced Ellison to just send that out to play. Launches a throw looking for Hardwick, who collects it here, sends it back looking for Tinker but intercepted, cleared out only for Turner. He gets it back to Hardwick, who's very deep on the left hand side, to Deakin, one touch back to Tinker. Tinker will now find Deakin. It's great play from Stocksbridge but closed down by Hogg, doesn't allow Deakin to go any further forward. Lays it now off to Turner, tried to spin out of trouble, tried to let it pass off, poor pass, but that clearance just goes to Owen, who he's going well forward. Owen's on an adventure, gives it to Tinker on the left, now back to Deakin. Deakin's going to put the cross in, looking for Haslam but headed away, looking for the edge area. Charles comes in, Charles takes the touch, gets out to the right to Tommy Marshall, who's going to race to keep this in. He does do so. Marshall putting the cross in, near post, headed away. Charles was trying to put pressure on Francis in the box to avoid an easy clearance, and it isn't not an easy clearance. It goes out and it's going to be a Stocksbridge throw. Some good pressing from the Steels high up the pitch to make it not easy for Park Avenue. Thrown into the box by Charles. Hardwick tries to flick onto Marshall, not the greatest flick on, go back. Charles puts the cross in, cleared away at the near post. Will go out for a corner kick, and I believe that's only Stocksbridge's second corner of the game. We've got some comments. Sue Opera on, yeah, you got a bit of internet, how long it'll last. Sat here looking sad in my stocky shirt, don't move. Thankfully you have got some signal to listen to this. And Group Hillman going well done, Seals more at the same second half. Have been a bit shaky at the start of the second half, but a chance from this corner. Danny Eakin has delivered 2 goals from corners so far this season. Here comes left footer, look at that far post. Hardwick tries to get there, goes to Phillips and post heads it back in, headed away by Sykes to the edge of the area, just volleyed up into the air. Unchallenged by Stocksbridge as it's cleared away, looking for Shanks, who misses his header, goes back to Deakin on the right. He's going to now find Marshall on the right wing, takes his touch, tries to get beyond Askew, needs a bit of help, gets it with O'Connor, puts the cross in, just going to be behind the attackers. Ricochets a bit awkwardly, but Hassan Smith able to get it away to Norman, who will look to get on the counter attack, but Tinker's quick, gets in, gets a touch up to it, and it's actually going to be Norman got the last touch. It will be a throw into Stocksbridge. 56 minutes gone. 2-0 to Stocksbridge. Launch outfield, headed away into the middle. Turner heads it back for Haslam. Haslam hasn't really got an option in the middle. He's trying to just turn away, goes down under a challenge. No free kick, didn't think one. Tinker's just blocked one in and it will be caught towards his own goal. I think as Ellison tried to be quick on it, but it was too much, and it will be out for a throw in. Stocksbridge having a good spell play at the moment. And Stocksbridge are happy for waiting for this ball coming back from the athletics track. Now for Charlesworth to take this throw in. Oh, they're launching the ball down, looking for Hardwick, headed away to Shanks. Turner gets a touch onto it, but it's back with the number 10, and he gets forward to Shanks, but intercepted by Deakin, and then back with O'Connor, but Charles have got in his way. That allowed Shanks to get him, but O'Connor continues with it, lays it off for Deakin. He's trying to avoid pressure from Shanks. Shanks goes in on the back of the ankles, and it's a free kick. Turner in a bit of an awkward place for a free kick, right in the middle. He's going to stake it short to Phillipson. Phillipson will get it back to Owen on the left-hand side. And then over now to Deakin. Deakin takes the touches into the middle, it goes to Turner. Then to Deakin. Forward now to Tinker. It's a good run from Tinker, already got one assist, goes down the pressure. It's not enough of pressure to keep it in. And Hardwick, I thought maybe he'd kept that in. The linesman's saying it's out, and eventually the referee will stop it. No, I think everyone had stopped, not really knowing what happened, because the referee was indicating play, and then eventually the linesman said that had gone out of play. But two. We're back for Ellison for a goal kick. Ellison taking his time on it. There's two balls on the pitch now as the ball goes long. Headed on to the right hand side to Norman. Norman being forced backwards, goes to Hassan Smith as that second ball has been sent off the pitch now. Goes into the middle and it's well won by Deakin. Deakin will carry it forward. Forward to Hardwick, who's got lots of space, and he is going to look for the pass to Haslam. It's too hard for Haslam, and it's going to be a throw-in. That's a shame. It was a good counter-attack opportunity. Lutterworth have got one back against Belper. Abdul Sumanu has scored for them. Hassan Smith has the throw. Back into defence, then sent long and to Shanks, and Phillipson tried to get onto it, but Shanks has outbeat him for that one. Out to the right, and Charlesworth, good touch, but Francis is going to win it back. Back it will go to Whelan, and all the way back to Ellison. Takes the touch, he's going to be pressed by Marshall. He gets away before Marshall gets. I think Marshall's feint didn't really work for him on that occasion, as Deakin on the ball is going to send it long. No one's there, as a willing runner. Back it goes to Ellison. We have hit the 60-minute mark. Right. He's 2-0 to Stocksbridge here as the on ball forward from Ellison. Owen heads away, looking for Turner, but it's going to be won there by Colville. Carries it forward for a bit before Phillipson just deals with it and sends it away. Whelan heads forward, but it's going to go forward to Hogg, and O'Connor almost wins the 50-50. Hoggy won that 50-50 though. Phillipson heads away, that long ball forward. Turner touches it on. O'Connor, late challenge from Hogg on Turner. They're friends, you know, from last season. As it's continuing forward, Deakin continuing down that left-hand side, putting a cross in, looking for the far post. Hardwick tried to get it and almost went in itself, and it will be out for a goal kick. And Luke Hogg is going to get himself in the book for that challenge against his former team. They played alongside each other in central midfield last year. Hogg made sure that Turner knew he was playing against him. Will be Bradford Park Avenue's first booking of the game. Taking his name in the book are referees today. Ian Johnson refereed us last year against Worksop Town in the trophy. It's heartbreak because we conceded a last-minute penalty in that game to lose 2-1. Hopefully that won't happen this time. With Hassan Smith on the right, and Haslam goes in, and a bit too much from Haslam, and it will be a free kick. Ian Richards here at his old club, we're very unhappy. Quickly taken. Will be switched out going forward Phillipson heads it away into midfield. Turner back to his feet, wins it, gets it through to Marshall. Marshall loses it to Askew, and Hogg on the ball now. He's been forced backwards and into the middle to Colville. He's been pressed and Hogg has got the ball back, and he's been pressed, and Deacon trying to win the ball, and Hogg does very well to keep possession. Askew knocking it forward and gets it to the Len Francis. Colville now will lose it to Phillipson, who sends it away. Whelan will try to have that covered. Back it goes to Ellison. Takes his touch, and then we'll send it long. It's a long one if Hassan Smith to get to, and he's just going to go out for a throw-in. So back it will go. Throw-in for Stocksbridge. Tinker launches his throw down here, looking for Hardwick, who chests to just about keep it in, but he does lose the ball, and Avenue clear, looking for Sykes, but Owen just boots that one out and over toward, and it hits Gary Ward, our kickman's car, who's put there. Told him it hit, what, someone would hit it. Goes forward as Tinker heads away, goes to Haslam, who knocks over the top of the defence, and he's going to race onto this again. Tries to put the middle to Marshall, can't get the right control onto it, and he loses it. Maybe just too clever a pass in the end, maybe just a bit more simple for Marshall. Marshall's going to look to win this battle now with Colville. Colville being forced backwards all the time, and then he's going to have to get back to Ellison. Ellison takes the touches. Hardwick will keep him honest, and long it goes, and Tinker who heads it away. Deakin trying to fight for the ball, so is Haslam, and in the end it is Haslam who gets it, lays it off for Deakin. And back to O'Connor, tries to touch back, it's a poor pass, and it's going to be Francis on it. Francis, I think, saw Garman off his goal, went for glory, and it's actually Garman almost took a touch then, almost took it out for a corner. Instead Garman will take it into his area, and he is going to take all the time in the world until he's able to pick it up. 64 minutes gone in this game. Sheffield FC against 10 men at Clifford Road are 2-1 up. Stephen Brogan has scored. And Lincoln have got one back against Barnsley. House, the scorer. And that shows you why, if you go to the bookies, you should always bet on the house. Well, I think there's somewhere in there. Anyway, Hogg's going to lose the ball. He jumps on the ball, and there's no thing given as Turner then eventually gets it and goes to Marshall, who looks to turn Askew, but Askew using his body really well, and then pulling on the shirt of Marshall. Marshall still getting away from him, and then the tackle goes in, and no free kick given for that. And I think now it's going to be given. But if Harry Askew does want one of the Stocksbridge shirts, they are for sale now for £35 from the club shop. Do get in touch if you're interested. Well, it will be a corner kick actually, because that shirt holding lasts for a long time. It's in a really dangerous, awkward position for Bradford Park Avenue. The initial foul was probably about 15 yards back. It's an opportunity for Deakin to put a quality delivery in. So they'll be looking for like Hardwick and Phillipson. So the one looking for the far post. Keeper does really well to catch that. And keeper thinking of the quick delivery. Owen got in his way, so he couldn't do the delivery, and now it's going to be sent out towards the left wing. Charlesworth will read it and head it away. Goes all the way to Marshall, who will turn out trouble, but then gets tackled, and back to Askew it goes. Into the middle with Dan Francis, and now to Hogg, who will look to find Hassan Smith. Claims a handball, as it was an awkward bounce it took off him, but he loses the ball to Turner anyway. Goes to O'Connor, who then gives it out now to Charlesworth. Take it forward to Marshall. Marshall trying to get beyond Francis, a good tackle on him. O'Connor gets it and then sends it forward and for Whelan to deal with, and he will send it back to Ellison. Ellison on the very line takes it. Hardwick's claiming for the corner. Never in a million years, but nice try, Alex. Goes to Askew, he's going to put it in the middle. Hardwick, though, can't get control of it, and it's back with Haslam, and now to Owen. Forward to Turner, and back to Owen. Out to the left now to Tinker, who will look to beat Norman for pace, but Norman just has that covered, so he's going to lay the pass off looking for Haslam. Peels from Haslam, it's going to be able if it goes out, because he's not going to reach it, but Avenue, make sure you don't get out anyway. Back in defence, they're going to send it long. Owen will look to head this away, but it's headed on well by Sykes in the middle to Shanks now, back to the right hand side to Sykes. It's a good break. Puts the ball in the middle, and it's Charlesworth with the last-ditch clearance with Dan Francis waiting. It's Bradford Park Avenue's best attack of the second half. Newport are now 3-1 up against Doncaster Rovers. Former Wednesday player Ash Baker has scored for them. Steels will have to be on top defensive duties now, as the Bradford Park Avenue look dangerous from the set pieces. Seems to be a renewed focus on it this year. Here comes the ball. It's a good looking ball, goes around everyone. It's going to be put back an attempt to put it back in the area by Sykes, but he just over the bar as he miscues that. Goal kick to Stocksbridge. Could be worse for some teams here. If you're Bradford Park Avenue not happy, Long Levens are at home to Binfield and they're losing 6-0. So there's still some big score lines happening at this stage of the cup. As Garman sends this long, Hardwick will flick it on looking for Marshall, and he loses out on the 50-50, asking it away as Phillipson gets a touch away clearance. He just gives it to Dan Francis though. The attack is on now as he gives it to Shanks. Shanks comes forward, but that tackle blocked, and it's going to go with Deakin, who takes the touch, and I think it was an awkward touch, almost sent out for corner, and now Garman's going to pick it up. In the Premier League, Arsenal are 2-0 up on Wolves. Saka scored, shocker. Premier League back to date, but who cares? It's the preliminary round of the FA Cup. They'll be in it eventually, but these are the real stars right now. As Haslam is going to be penalised for that as he heads on. I think he left his arm in, and what's interesting is that I've just seen that Ben Whelan was clutching his face, and I think if the referee got a better look at that, it could have been worse, as we're seeing Bradford Park Avenue make a substitute. Ollie Norman, surprisingly, is heading off. I think the man heading on is Theo Hudson. Theo Hudson is definitely coming on, but also is Dan Francis coming on, so it's new attacking options for Bradford Park Avenue. Try and see who the other number is. That's the third sub, but only second set of subs, because we have the 5 subs now at this level. And going forward now is Alex Francis. The ball goes forward and headed away though by Deakin. Haslam takes control, he tries to send it forward, he got a deflection, Askew's read it, takes it forward, and it's Colville on the ball, forced back to Whelan, and he will send it forward. Headed on well, Shanks gets it, Garman's a bit caught out position, but Phillipson has read it well, and it's cleared away. Back now to Colville, not forward. In the middle to Colville, who flicks it on, brought by Charles, who gets to the left hand side to Shanks. Shanks tries to get past his man, well, he's going to be forced back now to Colville, cross going in. Garman will claim. Haven't seen it on football web pages, the man who's come on, I managed to notice the number. Hugh Hudson's gone into the centre of midfield. Might be Keelan Swales, I think, is the man who's come on. Ball going long, Hardwick heads on, but well read by Hassan Smith, who then switches out really well to Colville on this left-hand side. Goes back into the middle, then not forward, but just going to go out for a throw-in eventually. Charles just allows that to roll out. It's going to be a Stocksbridge sub, and they're going to bring on an attacking option themselves. As João Silva, who is on loan from Farsley Celtic, not far from here. As he's going to replace Tommy Marshall, who's been very impressive in this game. Silva comes on with international pedigree, having been capped twice for Sao Tome and Principe this summer in the World Cup qualifiers. That, by the way, for if you people who don't know who Sao Tome and Principe is, other than maybe the occasional pointless answer, it is a small island nation off the coast of Guinea in Africa. They lost to Liberia in 2 legs. Silva coming on up for the bench in both those games. Very lively winger. We'll look to take advantage, as Hassan Smith will most likely try and go forward more often to get Park Avenue back into the game. Park Avenue have won it out from Ludwig Field, but it only goes back to Tinku. Slices his clearance, but it ends up being a good pass to Deakin. Goes forward, Askew intercepts. Clears it forward to Phillipson. He's under miscontrol, then he'll volley out looking for Silver. Goes to Whelan, and he just clears out forward. Goes out to the forward to forward, and out now to left to Colville. Into the middle to Hudson. Just coming on, evades one tackle. Looks to evade another now. Gets it to left to Paddy Sykes. Now back to Colville. Into the middle to Hogg. Hogg will switch it over onto the right wing as Bradford Park Avenue look to break down this Steel's defence. Back it goes to Hassan Smith. Keeps it in. Moves in onto the inside. Back to Hogg, who's going to clip a ball in. It's a good looking one. It's an awkward header away from Phillipson, and Tigger tries to make sure it doesn't go out, but it is going to go out. Will be a corner kick. Another one for the Steels to defend. Just notice Kidsgrove Athletic are 7-0 up in their game as the short corner's taken. First ball in is blocked, and Haslam looks to be the first one who gets it away. Goes to Askew, takes a long distance effort, well over. One of those, if it comes off, you're an absolute hero. When it doesn't come off, when you're 2-0 down, you're not the management's favourite. Danny Whittaker, who was the manager at Macclesfield when they first reformed as their Phoenix club, and he has every sympathy as working under Robbie Savage. You may have seen the documentary where Danny Whittaker was doing a team talk, and Robbie Savage came in to interrupt it and do his own team talk. As Garman prepares to take this goal kick. There's time with it as Tom Charles is getting a talking to from the ref. And Garman is waiting for the OK to take his goal kick, and he will now do so and get it off, and he is going to just send that one out of play. So it looks like Luca DeFalco will be making an appearance for the Steels soon. I've just seen Lee saying, are we going to see Luca come on? Yep, I think we are. Throwing from Hassan Smith, down long, headed up behind. Owen's going to track this back and volley away. It goes out for a Park Avenue throw-in. Take it quickly to Hassan Smith. Going forward well, evades a challenge from Silver, goes to this right-hand side, and Swales will give it back to Hassan Smith. And back he goes to Hogg. He's going to clip a ball in. There's a good looking ball. Head up into the air by Phillips, and it's not dealt with. Charles comes off the back, and then O'Connor does well, shielding the ball before running away with it. He's going to have to evade a tackle himself, and he's going to get tackled high up, and then down goes the number 10 Colville, and no foul given. And it's just a bit of a mess down there before Charles just boots that out of play. It will be a Park Avenue throw. 74 minutes gone. And it's a throw into Park Avenue. Thrown back to Whelan. Takes a touch and right-footed will send it long, and it's a good one. It's over the top of Garvey, and Park Avenue in it. It appeals offside. It's not given. And Park Avenue have got back in it. It's going to be a nervy last 15 for the Steels. It's Alex Francis who's got the goal, the centre-back. It's a lofted ball in the middle, and Francis just flicks over Garman, who's out to his box. Now Stocksbridge will look to try and restore the 2-goal advantage as they go long. And out to Shanks, back it out he goes, and it will be a throw into the Steels. Steels were appealing for the offside, but it wasn't given.
How long? You want some? No idea.
Go down into the middle and Stockbridge intercepts, and then I think there will be another Steels throw, and Haslam is down clutching his knee. Back now with Charlesworth. Throws it into the middle, looks for Hardwick, has control of it, gives it back now to O'Connor, now back to Charlesworth. Charlesworth moves into the middle, put passes intercepted by Hogg, who sends it away, and over top of everyone goes up to Owen, who will send it forward. Whelan looks at it and he will touch it out. Will be another Steels throw. Charlesworth taking his time with this throw.
Where's he going?
Going down looking for Hardwick, finds him. Hardwick going into the corner at the moment and trying to keep hold of the ball. It will be another throw in for Stocksbridge. So back to Charlesworth, who will have this throw. Finds Haslam. A bit of a miscontrol, but he managed to keep hold of it. Back to Charlesworth. Tries to get beyond the man, puts the cross in, look for the near post. It's clear out, still in the box. Hardwick takes a touch, goes to Haslam. Tries to find Hardwick, side tackle stops it, being hooked in. Hardwick trying to go through a few men, goes to Haslam, takes shot, curling. Great save, Ellison, and then cleared away by Hassan Smith. Almost 3-1. Goes out for a throw in on that far hand side. .77 minutes gone in this game. 13 for the Steels to hold on or maybe try and extend that lead again and make it a bit easier on us. That's Tinker who knocks it over, head up away into the side and goes to the right side for Hassan Smith, who will clear this downfield. Tinker heads it back towards João Silva, trying to get it to his feet where he likes it. Trying to get through two men and he will earn a free kick. Just seems like a million red cards come through on the video printer, like Romford, Bootle, Ashby Avenue and City Liverpool all had place to off in like the last minute. So it seems like Luca Falco has been sat back down after that Park Avenue goal. It's Turner prepared to take this free kick. Right footed, looking to get it in, headed away before Tinker can get to it. Corner kick Steels. And Stocksbridge are happy to take as much time as they want with these. Just Turner will go to take this corner from the left wing. Stocksbridge have not scored from any crosses yet today, even though that's been the hype thing that we've been doing so well. Here comes Turner's corner, look for the far post, and it just goes beyond Phillipson. His wheels for a corner, not going to be given. I'm just worrying and getting bad memories of Prestwich Hayes, where we were 2-0 up about into the 70th minute, then it ended 2-2. As Ellison will send this long, headed on and into the middle, but O'Connor collects. O'Connor will send it forward, Haslam will chase, pass will Askew will head it back, Haslam might get to it first, Ellison does though. Ellison had to rush for it though. He'll roll it out to feet, Ellison, sending it long. Headed on by Park Avenue, they're doing really well with that, but Owen clears that away. Silva will fight for it, he gets a touch, but it will just go out for a Park Avenue throw. Goes down and Park Avenue get forward after a missed sliding tackle. Goes into the middle now. Stockbridge trying to defend, it's down the right wing, it's a good ball. In the middle, blocked and then cleared away by Phillipson. Will go out for a throw-in. Hassan Smith out to the right, back to Hassan Smith and forward it will go. Now back into the middle to Hudson. Be forced back, Silva getting his foot in well as it goes all the way back to Whelan. He will send the ball forward. Phillipson, big strong header away. O'Connor ends up heading back a bit into trouble. Phillipson heads it forward and the offside flag is up though as it will be a free kick. So back for Garman to take. .81 minutes gone in this game. As he tries to send it to the left hand side, Hardwick keeps it in, avoids Swales on him now, though he's forced into his own half. Hardwick trying to not lose possession, switches it out to Charlesworth, and Charlesworth almost loses possession, and he's going to win it back though. And Charlesworth was one of the most reliable players on the team. You don't see him make a mistake like that very often as the ball goes long, looking for Silva. Silva trying to cause a problem with Whelan, and he is good at nicking balls away from people, and he's come away with the ball here, lays off for Haslam. Haslam takes a shot, it's blocked and out for a corner. No, it should have been 3-1. Haslam almost scoring his second goal for the Steels. but it was a massive block and it will go out for the corner. Danny Deacon will take it. They say 2 assists from corners and he's got a goal today. Of course, we have sent quite a few people forward, but O'Connor's been kept back, so's Charlesworth and Turner. Here comes Deacon's corner, look for that far post. Haslam gets the header. Is it over the line? The referee saying, no, I thought I saw it hit the net. We've had the same thing like we had in the first half for Avenue, and this time it's gone against the Steels. As the ball goes long, Turner has to just clear it up into the air. Stocksbridge trying to clear it away now as Avenue on the attack. I suppose I am biased, but I know that will always count against me, but I thought that was across the line. As it was switched over here, and it's headed on towards time. It's going to go after it will be a goal kick. Will be a goal kick for Stocksbridge. 82 minutes gone. Infield are leading 8-1 against Locking Evans. What a scoreline that is. Clifford over equalising Sheffield FC. Lee Pugh the goal scorer. Garman sends it long, not happy about that. Hogg heads it away. Charlesworth goes back and will slice that one up into the air, and that's played for a throw-in. Back it goes with Colville taking the touch, switch out to the left-hand side, but Tinker's looking to get in with it. Take the touch, looking for Jazz Hill, going to bounce out, will be a Stocksbridge throw. Fans aren't happy about that over on the other side. I don't think this referee is going to be well received by either set of supporters. Colton Town look like they've booked their place in the next round of the Cup, 3-1 against AFC Mansfield. Dean Freeman, their latest scorer. Stocksbridge will make a substitution. Luca DeFalco is going to come on for Jack Haslam. So DeFalco makes his first appearance of the season. He'll look to use his physicality to try and hold that ball up more up front. Alright, they're saying come and have a new. It's going to be a nervy end game. I'm sure you will. Hoping you can get back into it. Tinker with this throw in now. Launches it downfield, headed away into midfield, and Phillipson will send that long. Silver's going to try and cause an issue with it. Head away by Whelan, but there's a foul from Stocksbridge in that. We'll be back. Ellison will take it. 84 minutes gone. QPR have been 2-0 behind and they've equalised. Lyndon Dykes, as the ball goes long, headed on here, and he hits the bar and goes over. Garman looked to have had that covered. Infield are now 9-1 up on Longlevens. What a game that's turning into be. And Belper look like they're going into the next round. Lewis Austin scores in the 94th minute against Lutterworth. 3-1 there. Ball goes on from Garman. That might just go out of play. DeFalco's going to try and keep it in. Headed into the middle. Could be knocked over the head looking for that, but Charles should have that covered. Touched it back for Garman, who will send that away. Hardwick's going to be the man to try and hold it up. It comes off his back and it goes to Hogg. Hardwick goes in a bit late on him. It will be a free kick. So it will be a free kick to Park Avenue. And it's obviously the keeper coming up to take it. Ball switched out. In long. Owen heads up into the air, and Turner will head it out to Silver and flicks it on. And his pass forward is blocked and it goes to Turner, and there's the counter-attack on here. Turner continuing, gets it out to Charles with a surprising option. DeFalco's ahead of him. Charles' name gives it short to DeFalco, flicked into the middle, and Park Avenue have won the ball back there, but DeFalco has won it back and he sends it long for Hardwick to chase, and Hardwick might have the pace on Askew, but Askew gets to it first. Hardwick is going to win it back here. Hardwick being held at the same time, but he's going to lay it back off for O'Connor into the middle to Turner. They offer DeFalco. who's going to move into the box on that right-hand side, but he's going to lose it out to Hogg. Hogg will play it back to Askew, and Askew will clear it away. Goes to Shanks, and good pass on by Shanks. Back in the middle to Alex Francis, the goal scorer. He's set one well forward, but that one's going to be claimed by Garman, who picks it up. And then a bit of late afters, which is the referee's is going to penalise and give us a free kick. .87 minutes gone. Ball goes long from Garman. He's looking for Hardwick. Headed away though well. Charles will return it. Then Whelan returns it back into the middle, goes, and Hardwick picks it up, lays it off for Deacon, who comes forward. He's got options, gives it to Silver on the left-hand side. We'll lay back, looking for Deacon. I don't think Deacon was aware that was the option he was going to take, and it goes out for the goal kick. Takes it quickly, Ellison. Sending it long, and he looks here, the flick on, and Charlesworth will just knock it back for Garman, who can't pick it up, and he will just launch that one into the air. Colville will get it on the left wing, comes forward. DeFalco trying to help defensively. Down the left-hand side it goes, and DeFalco just gets such, it will be a throw-in. Lots of options here. Throwing it back now to Hogg. Tries to turn around. He puts it in the middle to Askew, who's well forward. In the middle now to Swales. Got it close to feet, but now gets it to Hassan Smith. To the right wing now. Hassan Smith is an option on the right. Put it back into the middle. And then it's a poor pass, but it's back in the middle. Ball is blocked. And Hardwick will lose the ball there. He had it up to lose space, but he has got the sliding tackle still with Park Avenue. Now with Askew. Going to launch it, trying to let it in the box. Tinker heads it away, puts it in a dangerous position to do so. And now Turner will carry away. Hey, we'll look for Silver now on the left-hand side. Silver, who has plenty of pace. Runs in, he's got options in the middle. Silver, a bit of footwork, looks for the shot, and it's in the bottom corner. João Silva has most likely put Stocksbridge into the next round of the FA Cup. He taps the chest as he cheers, goes to the fans and celebrates. João Silva, the Soutone international, has put the Seals 3-1 up. It's a lovely finish from João Silva. It's a really clean bottom corner finish. It was nothing Ellison could have done about that. And Stocksbridge have surely put themselves in the next round of the Cup now, barring a disaster. João Silva, what a goal that is. So Steels are trying to return back, but they're doing it slowly. Can't take any chances after all, and again, it's time wasting. It's one of those things when you, on the other side of it, you absolutely hate it. And there's going to be plenty of added time, 6 minutes worth. So 6 minutes for the Steels to hold on to a 2-goal lead. And Bradford Park Avenue will throw absolutely everything to make sure this goes back to Brackham Moor on Wednesday. Into the middle now with Hogg. Forward to the right-hand side. Forward into middle, it's a loose pass and Turner's onto it. It's forward to Hardwick, and now João Silva's bursting forward. Pass forward to João Silva, but I think Hassan Smith just got beaten up and down. He has, good from Hassan Smith, who has been Park Avenue's best player in my opinion today. And now here comes Avenue on the attack forward. They are not giving up on this one just yet. And middle to Hogg, who will look to switch play over to Shanks. Shanks gets the first touch, he gets a good touch on it. Charles, though, reads it well, and he's got his body in front of the ball now and will look to clear it away. Does do so, go back into midfield for Luke Hogg, who will look to put it into the box, and it goes all the way through, appeals for offside, and the flag is up, and the shot was wide anyway. So back with Garman for this free kick from the offside. Garman's taken his time with it, and not a total surprise again. He's been doing it quite a lot and has not become a favourite of the Bradford Park Avenue crowd, to say the least. Garman sending it long. Hardwick will look to get onto it, but well won by Whelan. On goes to Deacon, who sends it forward. DeFalco will look to chase on it, but first to it is Askew, who heads it back to Ellison. Long ball forward, headed on. Battled for, but Turner comes away with it and knocks it long. And DeFalco will look to press Askew. Askew bounces awkwardly for Askew a bit, but Askew does really well just to turn it round him and clear it away. Appeals for offside from the Steel's fence, not given, and back it goes to Garman. So Garman picks it up. We are in the second minute of 6 minutes of added time. Steele's handling it well, and as they are now 3-1 up. Garman now sending it long. Headed away by Whelan, but only goes to Tinker, who just knocks it up into the air. O'Connor will fight for it. Headed away though by Shanks, then headed on. Phillipson will look to have this covered, and he will just boot that one away, and it will go out for a throw-in eventually. Out towards that right wing now. Tinker, good reading of it, will head it out for a throw-in. Ball goes forward to Hassan Smith now, back it goes in defence, and all the way back to Whelan. Hardwick still pressing. Ball goes forward now into the middle, and well blocked by O'Connor. It's actually gone out to their number 9 there. Now back to Hogg. Now to Hassan Smith on the right, and then all the way back to Whelan. And Bradford Park Avenue a bit frustrated that it's not going forward, considering they're 2 goals down. And there it is going to go forwards now. Big physical battle. Charles will head it away. There'll be a free kick given for the offside. So back with Garman, will take this free kick. We are now into the 4th minute of added time. Garman is again attracting plenty of abuse from the home fans for the time wasting. Ball going long, headed away by Whelan, then headed on into middle. Turner gets a touch onto it, still goes through to Sykes, who knocks ball long, but Charles has read that, and he will just send that one up into the air and towards us here in the stand. Just want to thank the hospitality we've been given by Bradford Park Avenue officials since coming here. It's been given a very warm welcome on our first time here since I think like 2011. The 2 teams will lock up again a bit earlier than you might expect, as well as a high foot gives a free kick to Stocksbridge. The under-18s in the next few weeks will be facing each other in the FA Youth Cup. And obviously there'll be 2 more games in the league for the seniors. Back with Garman, he will send this long, looking for Hardwick, comes off his back, goes to Hogg, who will send this forward. Charles will return it, then head back into midfield, flicked on again. And then here comes Bradford Park Avenue on the attack. Into the middle now it goes with Alex Francis, the goal scorer. It's a good switch onto the right side. Allows it now to go to Swales. He has to chase it down on the right. Tinker's covering. Swales being forced backwards. Cross going in. And Garman will collect it at his near post. 5.5 minutes gone at added time. And will send it along, looking for Hardwick. Comes off him into the middle. And Hogg will collect it. If he forced backwards, Hardwick is going to almost win it from that tackle. And with Whelan now. And back it will go to Ellison. He will send it long. Headed back into the middle, but then Turner, good sliding tackle, gets that forward. Now with DeFalco. DeFalco will carry the ball forward. DeFalco's going to go for the shot, takes a deflection, and right at Ellison. And he's been with the club for so many years. Well, I say so many years, he's been with the club since he was 6 years old, and he's still looking for his first senior goal for the Steels, and just saw his name in lights on that occasion. Ball going long, headed away by Phillipson, and then headed away by DeFalco to the middle. A little bit, Bradford Park Avenue get it back. Colville on the ball. Switches out to Swales on the right hand side. Puts the cross into the middle. Francis takes it, goes in the 6-yard area. Needs to turn and shoot. Here comes a shot. And into the bottom corner. Park Avenue have got one back here at the end. It is most likely going to be a consolation. We are in about the 7th minute of added time, or 6 minutes added time. So it's Connor Shanks who's got that goal. It means so it looks like that may just be a consolation as Hardwick takes it. Full time hasn't gone yet, actually, surprisingly. He's turning, switches it out to Silver. And that will be full time. So it finishes Bradford Park Avenue 2, Stocksbridge Park Steels 3. The Steels had a 2-0 lead going into the half, but nerves did start to jangle when Alex Francis' header looped over Garman. Steels were able to restore that 2-goal advantage towards the end. Zhao Silva scoring before a consolation right at the death by Shanks. The Steels win 3-2 here at the Horsfell Community Stadium. We progress to the next round of the FA Cup. We're in the first qualifying round. It's our very first win over Bradford Park Avenue, who dip out at this stage for the first time in their history. And we thank you very much for the hospitality Bradford Park Avenue have given us. Thank you very much to our sponsors Graphics for the support that they give the club. And we look forward to seeing you on Wednesday night against Sherwood Colliery. Thank you very much. I've been Adam Allcroft, and we will see you on that Wednesday. Thank you, and good afternoon and good evening.